Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today's the day that I finally get the metal ceiling finished. I have all of the panels cut from when I was doing the cleanup, so all I have to do is get them up and into place. But I can't use the lift on this because they're too skinny. So what I'm thinking, if I get on the scaffold, roll the scaffold over here, and just lift this into place, the end is going to be held, and if I have strips of tape along this edge, I believe the edge that goes into the F and J will stay there if I put some of this, I believe this is inch backer rod, if I just wedge some of this in there. So I'll cut a bunch of pieces of this. Once it's up in there, I think I can take that backer rod out, but I'm not sure because I'll put a screw as close as I can get to the F and J, but I don't know if that'll hold this part or not. I believe it will because it has a ridge right there. Yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting. So it's going to be held by the end, it's going to be held by tape, and it'll be held in the F and J just with that foam backer rod wedging it in there. Should be interesting. All right, I just got to move a few things out of the way and we'll get going and try to get this one in. Okay, I have my panel taped. I have more tape right here. I have my backer cord and I have a bunch in my pocket as well. Hammer, I think I got everything. Hammer, center punch. I got a square for the holes, but I don't think I'll need it. Got my screws, got my driver. I think that is everything I need. All right, here we go. few staples, and we'll move on to the other side. This goes really quick. The insulating is going to take a lot longer than it took to put up the panel. All right, one down. All right, here's what happened. I had this panel part way in, well, most of the way in. I just didn't have it stapled. It's stapled now. My daughter came. She was going to be working on the barn and the haymow, but she had a headlight out and she got pulled over for it. So I was going to help her fix it and ended up spending the rest of the day working on that, and we couldn't get it. It's just got this one nut that was stripped, and it's in a real hard to get at spot. So I ordered some tools. We're going to work on that in a couple days. But then the next day, I had to take my wife in for some dental work, and she couldn't drive, so I had to take her there, wait for her, and bring her back. So it's been 2 days. Now, I'm going to get this last panel in, and then that's going to be it for today. Like I said, I got to work on my daughter's car, and it's already real late today. It was a beautiful day, and I went out and did all the tree stuff, caliper, measuring the height, all that stuff. I did that this morning, and it's already pretty late. So I got to get this done because I need to bring all of those panels around and put them right here. I got to do that tomorrow, and then my daughter's coming the day after that. So this is going to take another 3-4 days. We'll get this panel in today, and then once all that other stuff's done, we'll go up there and finish the insulation and call this done. So I'm going to mark and like pre-drill or pre-punch the holes on this, get it all ready to go, and then I'll get my wife. I'll have to like hold one end up, she'll have to hold the other end up with the ladder, and then I can go and put at least a couple screws in here. That should hold it up, and then I can get the ones on the end. So let's get this marked and pre-punched, and we'll get my wife out here to help and get this panel in. All right, I got my dimensions right off the existing stuff up there, so it should be real good. And once I get the center ones screwed in place, I'll go back and punch the end ones again, because those go through 2 layers of metal, and you don't want the screw going wild. Get caught on the second layer of metal and go off to the side. These will just go right into the wood, so I can just screw them. One more set. and we'll go get my wife. And the very last ones I'll do up there. Ta-da! The metal ceiling is completely done. Yeah, Cindy was on her way somewhere. Luckily I caught her. She came out here and helped. She was holding up this end. I got a couple screws in. Not a whole lot to these last panels, but you do have to hold them up, and I couldn't use the lift like I did with the other ones. So the next time you see me, all that plywood that's on the other side will be in here, and I'll be on the other side taping and insulating this last area right here. It needs about 2 inches of insulation and taping, and that will be it for this part of it. I'll be blowing in insulation at a later date, but for the most part, I'll be done with it for a good amount of time. I'll be working on the girts and putting the wall panels in. So, in 3 more days, I will meet you right over there and we'll start insulating up there. All right, it was 3 days ago that I said that we'll meet back here, but until I do something with this, we're not going to be able to get anything done. I worked on my daughter's car all day yesterday, and the day before that, I moved that big old pile of plywood. You'll see that in other videos coming up. But for today, I'm going to be doing all that taping and insulating along this wall. So first thing I got to do is clear this out. And again, it's going to be temporary. All of this insulation is going to be going up there, and a lot of it will be going up there today. But I got to make a space so that I can work. So all this stuff's got to come out of here, and I will get back with you once that's done. All right, I have everything out of my way and access to what I need. So what I got to do, it's basically what I have been doing with a little bit of a difference. I got to take the plastic out that I put in to trap the heat earlier. I need to get 1 layer of insulation here, and if it doesn't quite fit, I'll have to fill in around the edges. Then I need to get an R19 going this way, and R30 going this way, and then an R19 on top of it. And then once I get this one done, I'm going to come around the corner with that R30 and stack up a bunch of that loose stuff there on top of it instead of the brand new stuff like that. You'll see what I'm talking about in just a minute. First, I'll get this plastic off, I'll get the seam taped, I'll get the seam foamed, and then once I get that insulation in here, I'll show you what's going on from over here. We'll take a look back into this corner and I'll show you what's going on back there. All right, let me get this done real quick and we'll take a look at it. All right, just a quick look at my tape job here. I taped the rest of this end seam here and then foamed the gap there. I taped the F&J to the panel here and the F&J to the wood right here, and then of course the seam between the panels. So this is all sealed up real nice. Now I'm going to cut all the batts that go right in here, and we'll get back once we get this corner done. Okay, I have the second batt in, and I'm just about to put the next R30 batt going this way. Once I do, I can stack as much of that scrap insulation on top of that as I want. On these sides, I can only go so far because I need the airflow to go over the top of them. I don't need any airflow here, so I can neatly stack the scrap stuff. I got a couple bags of it and a bunch of it over there. I'll neatly stack that stuff on top of the R30, within reason. I don't want to go too high because it's just going to crush it down. But in the end, it's going to act both as insulation and as a stop for the blown-in insulation, just like the sides there. All right, get another one of these R30 in here and then start going through some of this scrap stuff. All right, I'm sitting on top of the truss here. Show you that corner. And I'll be right in this area right here somewhere when I'm blowing in the insulation. And all I'm going to do is fill that corner. Yeah, that looks really good. All right. And as I move along, I don't know if I'll be able to fill the top with insulation like this on every one. I might have to go back and do some, but I'll show you that as I go. I have my next piece of R30 cut already, and well, generally I don't cut it at all, but I notched out a little bit for this brace right here so that it sits over it a little better. So I'll get that in and then see what I can do for toppings. Okay, this is the centerpiece of insulation. I decided to quit putting in the R30 and the stuff above it right where it's at. There's a lot of fitting that needs to be done, and I'm not going to be able to get that done in this video. What I need to do is finish up the tin, get it all taped up, and get the one layer of insulation in. And on this other corner, I will go around the corner just like that, just like that corner there, but I'll leave the stuff out in the middle so I can access this a lot easier. I got to pull boards up here and put boards across all the way to the far end, and then pull that hose in here and blow in that insulation starting down on the other side, so I don't need that stuff in my way. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, and then I have 3 more bays to do, plus the corner, and I'll be done with the metal ceiling. Okay, the sun's starting to get low, so I better wrap this up. I have all of the tin taped, and it's insulated all the way into both corners. So the metal ceiling is officially done, completed, finito. That's it. Yeah, it looks awesome up here. I'm really glad I put these attic lights in here. If I ever have to get up here in the future, it'll make it a lot easier to do stuff up here. And once I blow in that insulation, that stuff's white, so it's going to be nice and bright up here. All right, beautiful. Now I'll show you the inside, and we'll finally end this 5-day long video. I started this video 5 days ago. And here's the pile of wood that used to be out there. That's going to change a little bit real soon as well. So the next thing on this wall is that I have to trim off the excess. That goes fairly quick. And then tape the seams. Then that'll be it for the inside until I put the plywood on it. The outside, I got to put the drywall on there. I don't know. I'll probably tape it right away. Tape it and mud it. Even though I hate taping and mudding, I want to get the drywall on this complete wall, and then I have a wall coming in right here that's going to attach to this stud. I would rather have the drywall coming through and then a stud attached and then drywall this wall. It'll make it so much easier to do. Yeah, it's really coming along nice. And like I said, this stuff, it all needs to be fitted, and the stuff that I already put up there, I just got to push back about 1.5 inches, and then I can get up to where it is there, and then I need to leave a 4-foot gap come over to here, leave a 4-foot gap, and then go back to the corner. And then once I'm done with the blowing in of the insulation up there, I'll fill them 4-foot gaps. I'm going to seal this wall up with plastic at some point, but I'm not sure when I'm going to do that. No big rush for it. So, a lot going on here, and a lot has been accomplished. All of that stuff is going to come in good time, but we have a couple really nice days. So I'm going to be out pruning this tree right here, a couple trees over there. We got a good amount of them over that way behind the house, and a couple down the road. So it'll be a full day of pruning oaks. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.